me like, wow. Hit me like, yo. What you got? What you got? What you got? Nothing. Just start this crap. And now we're back with another episode of that show you watch sometimes. Brought to you from that one dude you subscribe to that sometimes. Our Imperium. And it's coming from a rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop. It's how will we cope with this change? Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility? Create structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it. Oh boy. Another beautiful stream for y'all. Another fantastic look at that one thing that you like to look at sometimes. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know why you watch this crap, but you know what? Here we are. We're getting ready. We gotta play the stupid long intro or whatever because that's just what you do. You gotta be that guy. And if you're not that guy, well then, what will you do? Oh me mo my. I don't know. But what I do know is that there's something happening here today. And if not, well, it's always going to be the same thing. Looks like we're live 5x5 on all channels. Hell yee. Well, now I guess we could just start this, but now I just like listening to this song. Let's get you in the mindset of what you need to be doing and how you need to be interacting with the world and shit today. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just it's all there. It's honestly one of the main things you're supposed to do, but I don't really know, so I'm just sitting here just saying stuff, so it's fine. Argument that I'm making is when we evaluate tactics, strategies, and actions, the question we ask is, can we reform for horizontal distribution of power or not? Can it? I don't know what's saved the world. It's possible.
We can't know what the future holds, so we can invest ourselves in acting according to our consciences now, no matter what people call us when we do. It's such a
way that others will feel entirely new. Yep, that's right. You're back. Time to do it. Time to do it to it. It's time to do it to it, man. Yo, girl, man, it's real easy. It's just 1, 2, 3. You just gotta do it. Do what? It. What is it? I don't know what it is, but you gotta do it. Anyways, oh, right. Am I supposed to tell you to, like, hit the subscribe button? Or the like button? Whatever. Welcome back to another episode of the Griftcast IRL hosted by Defango. That's me, or whatever. This is the best worst show on the internet. So bad, in fact, it only comes to you in semi-regular fashion nowadays because, you know, like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, man? People got other things to do, like work or play Star Citizen. You got to pick and choose your battles, my friends. Anyways, welcome back. Nice to see y'all on over here. We got Susu in the chat. At least she's saying something. What's up? What's up? Saying something, Susu. World War III. Instead, it's World War T. I don't know what that's even really supposed to mean. But you know what? Here we are. Hi. How you doing? We made it. Me and you together again at last doing this thing. But man, what do we even have to break it down on into, man? I feel like it's been crazy. How is this show supposed to go? We're supposed to shout out people. We shouted out the person. Yeah, so I guess, we just move on to the next situation. Oh, hey, how's it going? Christina over there. Nice to see you, seeing that you're still alive. That's good. That's good. I'm still alive too, as you can see. Still a person. I shaved. Kind of fat. Need to start losing weight. Working out. Getting swole. But, being lazy. Being lazy. Not so lazy and being swole. I don't know. Can I be a Sigma? What's the face that they're making? Something like that. I don't know. I can make good faces or whatever. I make great faces when I'm listening to like EDM music. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that right there could be some money in just, some of those crazy faces. Because every single one of those faces that you've ever seen, I've probably made them. I was making some faces today too, dude. Like, looking at the news. I hate looking at the news. But you know what? There's always things to talk about in the news. And we're supposed to talk about the news. That's what this grift is all about. It's us grifting off other people's grifts and breaking down and contextualizing their grift as opposed to my grift, which isn't really actually a grift, but it's more of like a pseudo psychological soiree of some kind. I don't know. Maybe I just need to do more cardio. I don't know. Hello, Mr. Blacksmith. Nice to see you out there. But, wow. It's been really good being on this social media diet, not being on Twitter every single day, not being on Facebook, like shit, dog. I got banned from Star Citizen Reddit permanently for saying somebody was a moron for me posting videos. I'm like, dude, I'm just posting videos. That one just happened to have a name of an org or whatever on it. Jesus, we're not like looking for more players or whatever. And then they banned me for forever. That sucked. Yeah, so then I was like med gunning people in armistice zones, which is totally exploiting. And yeah, I was exploiting that. And I got myself a nice 3-day ban because of that. God damn it. But that's okay. Shit happens or whatever. I mean, hey man, fix your fucking game. I sent them a meme as a thing. And I was like, so you guys are going to fix the exploit, right? Because, I don't start doing this shit until it's been in the game for so fucking long and it's kind of retarded that they haven't fixed it. But it is what it is. I mean, it's been real great. And we might look at some videos of that shit later. You know what I'm saying? We might look at some videos of this shit later. It depends on how many people are in here watching this shit. I mean, I don't really care about the numbers anymore. I just like that, the few people that want to check up on us can do so and say, oh yeah, he's still alive. He's still fat. And he's still kind of funny. Anyways, how's it going, Mr. DeWitty? I see you out there. Hi-ho finally set free. What do you mean about how they got set free? What they get set free from? I guess I think I have some Ohio news up in here. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But man, what was the big news of the day that we're supposed to talk about? Well, I guess there was the third Republican presidential debate. That's supposed to be big news because obviously the Democrats have their candidate. Right? Joe Biden, that's their candidate. I mean, he might be. Shit could still happen, folks. Shit could still happen. But, yeah, whatever. Oh, Ohio got legal weed. Woo! Weed! Yay! Whatever, dude. I don't give a shit about that. Nobody should have to go to jail for weed. Nobody should go to jail for one of God's plants. But all of these godless sons of bitches out there don't believe in God's word. So, what is it? I don't know. What it do, though? Well, I guess we should talk about our first little bits of news that we were supposed to talk about, which is the third presidential debate. I got good old CNN politics up here. My favorite news source. Love going to CNN and getting my news. Always the best. 100% truthful, top-notch reporting on absolutely everything. If you don't like fucking CNN, I don't know what rock you've been living under. It's kind of ridiculous that you would even think that there's even another news source. It's called being facetious, folks. I'm being facetious. And if you don't know what that is, fucking Google it. I ain't got time for this shit. What's up, Synthetic Rebellion? Nice to see ya. Oh my God. It's that fucking robot, son of a bitch. Anyways, how's it going? And we got my boy, JR, Mother Clucking Riggs. How's it going, you bad mother clucker? How's it going, you bad mother clucker? Nice to see you, bro. You've been playing that new Ark Survival Descendant on console? Woo! I shouldn't talk shit like that. He's probably sad he hasn't been able to play. It's not out yet. Oh, I thought it was supposed to be out already, dog. I've been over here playing it by myself, just like, man, I really wish I had somebody in this game that knew what they were doing that could carry me through it. Nope, can't. It ain't out yet. Whatever. Goddamn. So yeah, there was a presidential debate today. Honestly, I didn't even watch it because I could just give a fuck. But what I did see is that, goddamn, it was on freaking this place right here, the Rumble or whatever, and it was busy. It seemed like they had a lot of candidates or whatever that they were trying to get us into, get us on with or whatever. Good old Roni McDaniels and shit like that. I don't know. We might take a look at it if we're really getting into it, but this is probably the main clip that seems to be floating around. Like, everybody is saying that Vivek Ramaswamy was scorched earth on everyone and basically won the debate. I don't know if that's the case because I didn't watch that shit because I could give a fuck about that crap. But here we are.
Any daylight between you and the candidates we just heard in this issue on what you would tell the Prime Minister?
Not in terms of what I would tell the Prime Minister, no. In fact, I would go one step further. The founding vision of Israel was based on the idea that they don't want to depend on anybody else's sympathy or direction in defending themselves. So what I would tell Bibi is that Israel has the right and the responsibility to defend itself. I would tell him to smoke those terrorists on his southern border, and then I'll tell him as President of the United States, I'll be smoking the terrorists on our southern border. That's his responsibility. This is our responsibility. That's how we move forward. But I want to be careful to avoid making the mistakes from the neocon establishment of the past. Corrupt politicians in both parties spent trillions, killed millions, made billions for themselves in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, fighting wars that sent thousands of our sons and daughters, people my age, to die in wars that did not advance anyone's interests, adding $7 trillion to our national debt. And Joe Biden sold off our foreign policy. Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, got a $5 million bribe from Ukraine. That's why we're sending $200 million.
What does he mean smoke him? Smoke him with like some weed or like, some fucking
Party is not that much better.
M16s.
You have the likes of Nikki Haley, who stepped down from her time at the UN. Bankrupt or in debt was her family. Then she becomes a military contractor. She joins the board of Boeing and otherwise, and is now a multimillionaire. So I think that that's wrong when Republicans do it or Democrats do it. That's the choice we face. Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first? Or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
All right, Mr.
In which case, we've got two of them on stage tonight.
Ramaswamy, thank you.
Holy shit! Did he just? Oh my god! Oh! Holy shit! He just said we got Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels. And we got two of them, and he looks over at Ron DeSantis and holy shit, man! I mean, who else are who are even these other people? I don't even give two shits about them. But damn, that was good, bro. Also, the part about Nikki Haley and all the war shit, whatnot, and then they got fucking Ron DeSantis on his 3-inch lift shoes so he could be at the same height, sorta, as Vivek Ramaswamy, but in reality, if you took those 3-inch lifts off of him, he'd be the same height as Nikki Haley, and they would still be basically the same, right? Are they the same? I don't know if they're the same or not, but damn, dog. Damn, that's fucked up. Let's see. What are they saying over here? Let me
make sure
in.
your vote is cast if something happens on election day.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Welcome back to this debate, the third
to the exact
primary debate.
Hold up. Who the fuck are these people? Who the fuck is this guy? Who the hell is this bitch? What the fuck is going on with your lipstick? And why are you wearing so much of it? And girl, who the fuck dressed you? You can't wear pink, like light ass pink like that, and then go with just like a regular color pink lipstick. Like the contrast is too much. I mean, there's so much wrong here.
It's gonna be a super exciting
There's
night.
so much
Obviously,
fucking wrong with both of these people. Even this guy right here, like, you know, like he looks almost as handsome as me. Why'd you shave off your mustache, dickhead?
Than we did in the prior debates. There will be a lot of focus on policy. Obviously, I'm not privy to the exact questions, but I'm sure
she knows the fucking questions.
You're going to hear questions asked about what's going on in the Middle East.
Yeah, her eyebrows are fucked up too. Like, what is going on here? You got the left eyebrow. What's going on with the left fucking eyebrow right there, girl? Did your girl that was doing the shit with the fucking, you know, string, was that the string, right? That looks like the string. You know what I mean? When they get the string and they fucking do your eyebrows. I don't know. I ain't ever got it done. You can see that these luscious fucking caterpillars aren't plucked. I just like, you know, shave down my unibrow a little bit. Other than that, this is au natural, man. They look good, dog. You know, like I can do like, you know, you do that. I could also kind of do the other side, but it's really hard. It's really hard. Yeah. Anyways, she probably got Vulcan ears or something like that. I don't fucking.
At least about foreign policy.
It's not about these. I thought we were supposed to be seeing some stuff from the actual candidates. Come on. I don't want to listen to you two fuckwads. If I wanted to listen to some jagoff fucking talk about shit he didn't know anything about, I would just watch my own show, okay? Jesus. Damn. I just fucking, why do I stick burn
we'll be right back.
Oh, here we
the
go.
RJC's work right now is more vital and important.
Okay, so there was a Rona McDaniel. She is the chair of the RNC. And she's also part of the Republican Jewish Coalition. So obviously, she's a part of the Zog. So fuck this bitch.
Than ever. And that is why for the...
Holy shit, there's some more people that chatted. I should say what's up. How is it going to the Ape Show? Nice to see you here. Pleasure to have you back with us. Hello to Senor Doc Rocks. He was the one that made the Vulcaneers comment, which is kind of hilarious. And dude, he looks like he took a couple of hits of nitrix before he went on the air. You know what? I could go for a couple of hits of nitrous myself, dude. Just like, woo! What's wrong with drugs?
The very first time in history of either party, the RNC has partnered with the Republican Jewish Coalition to be part of our next debate.
Can't forget about
the RGC.
Can't forget about all those Jews committing all that genocide.
He is vital right now.
Obviously, front runner, dude. You guys ready for an Indian that's gonna be your next president right there, dog. It's either gonna be him or Joe Biden. You fucking pick. I don't know.
More than ever, we see the atrocities in Israel.
We got Tim Scott. You think they're gonna let another black man be president after Obama did all that shit? Probably. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if we got Tim Scott in, it would be more of like a whole idiocracy thing with like, you know, like he would be President Camacho probably. I mean, yeah, we're doomed. That's right, Christina. We're fucking doomed.
Acts on our own streets. We need the Republican Jewish Coalition taking a strong stance. And
wait a minute. All these guys are talking about the Republican. Yeah, dude, we got to support those Jews. They're getting genocided. All those damn Palestinians are stealing their land and shit. You know what? Fuck them.
We should stand with them. The Democratic Party is
Chris
divided.
Christie. Dude, obviously Chris Christie, this dude looks like he fucking is all Shabbat Shalom about everything, man. What do Jewish people eat at their parties and shit? I don't know. I never been to one. Obviously, they don't like me.
And has a
Latkes. Aren't those like some sort of potato pancake or some shit? I don't know. I mean, I've eaten some samosas, though. I don't know who fucking makes those shits, but those things are fucking good.
abandoned this cause.
There ain't even any meat in those motherfuckers. This is potatoes and shit. Well, this is fucking good.
Democratic Party, unfortunately, has turned its back on Israel.
The Democratic Party turned its back on Israel, but don't worry. Ron DeSantis and the Republican Jewish Coalition are here to save them. Yeah, dude.
They are home to some of the most rabid anti-Semites in politics.
We have to know the difference.
Dude, why is there so many anti-Semites in politics and shit like that? Why everybody got all these problems with Jewish people and shit, making up conspiracy theories like they control the world and shit? There's all kinds of like Rothschild conspiracy theories, Ashkenazi, whatever. I don't know. Goddamn, dude.
Difference between good and evil. And I believe.
Oh, look. Nikki Haley herself talking about the difference between good and evil, even though she knows that she wouldn't know the difference between good and evil if evil slapped her in the face.
I believe the RJC is going to be a big part of that.
I think that people who share the founding values of the United States of America and believe in the founding values of Israel as the Jewish state absolutely should be voting Republican.
If you believe that the state of Israel must be protected, the only way to make sure America does that is to vote Republican.
If you care about the safety.
So are they trying to like make me fucking vote Democrat right now or some shit like that? What the fuck is going on over here? I mean, I care about Israel, but I also care about Palestine, and I don't care about any of these religious bullshits or whatever. I mean, Jesus Christ. That stuff sucks, but you know what? Oh, right. You guys didn't think that Israel was going to be on the election this time. Nope. Even the RNC got it right up in your fucking face. And don't even trip, homie. This is the RNC/GOP's fucking, page on Rumble. Which, by the way, has anybody noticed that the Rumble views have basically fucking tanked on every single level? I mean, sure, there's still people watching live streams and stuff, but even the GOP's only got 55,000 followers on this motherfucker. So how are we supposed to work that one out?
Insecurity of Israel. The only choice is to vote Republican.
If you love freedom-loving countries, if you believe in democracy, if you believe in pro-American values, if you believe in the difference between right and wrong, you should be standing with Israel.
That also means that you stand with the RJC and you vote Republican.
I stand with Israel. The Republican Party stands with Israel.
Since the
And they fucking caught it up. Oh, wait, it's Matt Brooks. He's the CEO of the Republican Jewish Coalition. Shabbat Shalom, my brother. How are you doing today, my friend, Mr. Brooks? Hey, where's your yarmulke? You can't be in front of the people without wearing your yarmulke or whatever. I'm sorry, I would love to meet Adam Sandler and hang him out with him, but I'm not one of the chosen people, so I just feel like it wouldn't be as cool, because he would be like, oh, you're not Jewish? Well, have a nice day. And I'd be like, but you're my favorite.
Mid-1980s, in fact. We have 75,000 members all across.
It'd be like that time that I met fucking Dave Mustaine and he called me a fag. Bastard.
Country who are
never meet your heroes, folks.
Concerned about U.S.-Israel relations, national
including
security,
me. Don't meet me in real life because you just be like, this guy sucks.
We have offices around the country, and we really have become a preeminent voice in the Republican Party, both in terms of our legislative agenda and trying to make sure that the issues of concern for the American Jewish community are addressed by our terrific Republican allies in the House and the Senate and in the White House when we have the White House.
Damn, son, they got a fucking whole Republican Jewish convention with like offices and shit all over the United States, dude. The Jews got it on lock.
But also we're engaged in trying to move via our political arms the Jewish vote more toward the Republicans, and we've been really pleased and impressed with the trends that have been moving in favor of the Republicans in the Jewish community.
So what are you expecting from this first debate? This is the first time that a Jewish organization has partnered with either political party to host a primary debate. What are you expecting from this debate?
Well, first of all, we're incredibly humbled and honored.
The Jewish partnered with the RNC to run the debate. Damn, doesn't that feel propagandish?
Honored that the RNC chose to.
Yeah, it does, doesn't
You're
it?
Exactly correct. This is the first time ever.
I'm honored. Oh, so this like whole first part of it is like propaganda, the official Republican pre-debate show?
Party, that a Jewish organization has been a partner in a national presidential debate. And the fact that Chairman McDaniel has reached out to us and asked us to participate means a great deal, especially at this moment in time with everything that's happening over in Israel. We think that the issues that we're going to talk about.
Is it happening in Israel or is it happening in the West Bank, in the Gaza Strip?
At the debate are so important, not just for the American people to hear, but also our friends over in Israel to know that they have such strong support from our Republican presidential candidates, and also the international community. They need to know as well that despite mixed signals coming from the Biden administration, there is zero daylight between the Republicans running for president and Israel, and that they fully support Israel's right to defend itself from Hamas, eradicate the threat from Hamas, and ultimately destroy Hamas. So we're really looking forward to all of that coming out of the debate.
So it really does seem like recently we've been really horrified by the anti-Semitism we've seen on college campuses.
Is this like fucking Jewish propaganda from the IDF and shit that's literally embedded itself into the RNC and literally is taking over a debate where they're making sure everybody's pro-Israel? Is that not fucking weird? Am I fucking weird? Am me very weirded out a bad thing here? Like, this seems kind of fucked up. Like, what the fuck does Israel have to do with the United States? Well, we need to make sure that all these people show strong support. If they're not a part of our group that's showing strong support, you shouldn't vote for them. This is fucking weird, dude. This is some fucking weird shit. They said the same shit about the Taliban. That's right, Mr. Blacksmith. That is right. That is right. And they're just like, yeah, we should be standing with Israel so they can do whatever they want. Genocide, fucking all that shit. War crimes, fuck up. Fuck it. Let Israel do anything to get their fucking land that technically doesn't belong to them, belongs to those other people. But whatever, man. You know what? Fuck them, dude. Dude, I got one of those Mr. Beast candy bars, too. Guess what? Mr. Beast, your chocolate sucks ass, bro. Don't even taste good. It don't even taste good, bro. Chocolate ass. It's cheap, though. Yeah, it's cheap, though.
Campuses, members of Congress repeating Hamas propaganda and refusing to retract it after all the facts come out and fully debunk it. When you see that sort of really horrifying actions from members of Congress, what's your reaction to that? What do you say to the American people when you see that?
Look, it's heartbreaking because when you see, for instance, in Washington this week, and it's been happening in major cities all across the country,
I hate it so much.
Rallies, it's a binary choice. These rallies are not to support the Palestinian people. They're there to support Hamas terrorism, in effect. And this is really a time where we need to take a good, hard look at who is with us and who is against us. And for far
who
too
is
long,
with us?
I think we have a problem in this
Who's
country
against
that's been brewing for a while on rising anti-Semitism. There's no question about that on the right and on the left. When it's on the right, it's we from an RJC perspective work very hard to.
I'm trying to do my best Tony Chopper impression from One Piece when he's like eating the food and he's crying. Oh, it's so good, but I'm supposed to be sad.
Put an end to it. And it's limited. The problem with on the left is it's integrated into the very fabric and fiber of our country. This is anti-Semitism that's being tolerated, promoted, and encouraged on American college campuses, in the halls of Congress. And there is no accountability, and there is nobody being...
How's the anti-Semitism All these people have valid concerns about what Israel is doing to another people. A people that was once genocided is now committing genocide on another group of individuals in the world. Why are people not able to question that? Why are people not able to be? You could be a Israel ally, I guess, without being like, yo, we could be your friends, but we're going to be like, yo, you don't need to hold off on all that fucking genocide and shit. Y'all need to stop kicking people out of their houses and shit, bombing them for no reason. And don't be all like, oh, they're all Hamas. Remember, they're human beings. Just because you guys call them animals and shit like that doesn't mean that we're going to believe that shit. And right now I'm having a really hard time even being a part of the GOP or the RNT or any of that shit with the sheer fact of this type of crazy propaganda coming out from their arms. Like, this is the kind of shit that is unnecessary. This election is not about Israel, but they're trying to make the election about Israel, and that should put you into some type of understanding as of like how fucked up this shit is about to become. Because not only this, you basically are looking at already one of the biggest censorship-ridden topics that's going to be out there. The election time is here. Why do you think that we stopped making content for a little while so we couldn't get hit by anything? We wanted to make sure that we were going to be okay. And now that we're okay and our contracts are over, we can say, hey, look at this. Think about this. Like, the Jewish Federation or whatever has reached its arms all the way to the very top of the RNC through the RNC chair herself. Rhoda McDaniel, motherfucker, told you right there exactly what their plan is to do. And this is considering a lot of things like what the Chinese people do. This is a move in transfinite war where they utilize political might. It's the same way where people say, oh, well, you know, hey, you can't utilize certain language. You're policing language, and that's what the Israelis are trying to do right now is they're basically trying to utilize the RNC to police the language of the American people to keep them quiet about what's going on over there. I mean, if you can't say that it's a genocide and you can't say that they're committing war crimes, I mean, I guess you just can't look at reality. And I can't get behind that shit, dude. Yeah.
Being held to task for doing it. And that's how it seeps into the broader public, and that's why it's so troubling.
It does seem like the contrast between Republican candidates, like you mentioned, saying we stand with Israel 100%.
I hate it.
Hamas must be eradicated, versus a Democratic Party that's calling for a ceasefire, in their words, which really would just be a gift to Hamas. I mean, that contrast really does seem to be growing recently, especially in recent weeks, as we've seen the reaction to these horrific attacks that happened.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, it's like I said, it's a binary choice. It's a choice between good and evil, and you have to pick a side as to what you want to.
You hear that? It's a binary choice, folks. It's the side of good and evil. You got the Jews who are good and committing war crimes, and then you got evil, which is Hamas. Who do you pick? It's good or evil? But the reality is it's evil and evil because obviously, yes, Hamas has done some evil shit in the past. Nobody can disregard that. They got suicide bombers and they've killed tons of Jews. But you know what? For every Jew that's been killed, there's probably been how many more fucking Palestinians and other people that have just been eradicated because, well, the Israel Jewish coalition, whatever the fuck you want to call it, wants to be able to do whatever they want. Think about that. They're always going to put it to you in the red versus blue, the good versus evil. Even though anyone with a brain that has studied good and evil and understands conventions and war crimes and all this other shit can very clearly say that that's not what is happening here. It's forced speech, it's political coercion, and it's happening inside the RNC. It's happening inside the GOP, going all the way up to the highest levels. And now that's what we're going to be looking at. It's going to be, you're either going to be pro-Israel or you're not. And at the same time, that's what they're trying to make the election about. And they think that this is what's going to win in the election. And I don't know if that's the case, man.
Where you want to stand.
I don't know.
But, you know, you make a good point. You know, one of the things I talk about a lot in my speeches is how the two parties have diverged in terms of its support for Israel, which is quite honestly one of the reasons that we've been getting more and more support among Jewish voters for Republicans. Any single Republican on any day, anywhere in the country can go.
Do you know how much time we've spent on this?
Of everything that's happening after October 7th, but for years they could walk into any Republican event, stand up, say, "I stand with Israel," and it's an automatic applause line. You can't do that in the Democratic Party. If someone stood up at a Democratic Party event anywhere in the country on any day and said, "I stand with Israel," they'd likely be booed or hissed off the stage. And
is it anti-Semitic, or is it because they're booing them because, genocide and shit like that, killing people, taking people's lands, basically being the American, how the settlers were to the Native Americans. And they're like, no, you're not allowed to make that determination because the Palestinians aren't the natives. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it fucking the Mongols, or was it fucking Romans or the Greeks? How many times have people ruled over that fucking place? I don't know. A lot. Like, who owns it? I don't know. I kind of feel like the world people own it, and that nobody can own anything or whatever. But that's too globalistic. At this point, Israel just needs Israel.
I think that's the sad reality of where the two parties is. There is only one pro-Israel party right now, and it's the Republicans.
And we've seen that in an organization like the DNC, for example,
pro-Israel,
where we saw over the weekend dozens of staffers writing a letter saying that Biden was standing too strongly with Israel. I think if there's criticism of Biden's policy, it's that he's not standing strongly with Israel enough. Yep. I mean, so I think you're exactly right to point that out. And these marches
stand stronger with Israel, guys.
With Democrats implicitly encouraging them with rhetoric that they're repeating, it really is concerning. When you go and you talk to voters, how do you explain this distinction between what we're seeing in the Republican Party versus the Democratic Party? Voters that might be concerned, maybe saying, I was a Democrat, but I'm seeing this. How do you express that? How do you talk with a voter like that who's worried about what they're seeing?
So we've been doing that. I mean, that's been one of the cornerstones of our messaging for quite some time. In fact, we started under President.
Yeah, it's one of the cornerstones of our messaging for quite some time. You see what's going on here? You see how much I don't like it, right? Because when I flip back over to this, CNN politics, they got the Israel-Hamas war, the GOP debate, and Ivanka Trump's testimony. And what are they spending all their time on? Well, it seems like almost the entirety of the media apparatus is focused on these just a few things, right? And does it really matter what any of these dingleberries said during the debate? No, because at the end of the day, somebody's going to be voting somebody in some kind of way. And is it probably going to be Vivek Ramaswamy because he's the most populist candidate that is available and out there for us? Probably, but you got to remember that there's going to be a different group that's going to be putting the okay on all them candidates and whatnot. Think about that.
President Obama about running an.
This is really polarizing.
Personal testimonials.
Polarizing.
Democrats who are now voting Republican. And we called it my buyer's remorse, meaning, they had bought into believing that the Democratic Party was supportive of the things they cared about. And over time, they saw that erode and are now supporting and voting Republican. And we will continue to do that and tell those stories. But it's becoming increasingly clear just by reading the newspaper. We don't have to do a lot of the heavy lift because it's.
Oh yeah, because it's already on the newspapers
every single day.
So one of the great things that you had as well recently was the conference you had in Las Vegas, where Republican candidates came. I was hoping you could tell people more about that, the support that you saw there, messages you heard from some of these candidates, really just describing what happened there.
So it really was.
So it says 6 minutes and 46 seconds till the debate. So let's see. Let's go. We're 6 minutes ahead. There we go.
To watch the debate or tune into NBC News. Thanks for joining us, and let's watch this debate.
All right. So basically the debate had a half an hour of propaganda going on. The entire time, pro-Israel, AJP, or, Republican Jewish Coalition, fucking Weird shit, bro.
Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott.
From NBC News, the Republican presidential debate.
And they're all pro-Israel. Isn't that weird? There's 5 of them. They're all pro-Israel. I guess you could say that Donald Trump is obviously pro-Israel, so it's just all Israel all the time. And I mean, think about this, dudes and dudettes. This is all political theater at this point, because if you're in that camp that's behind Trump, none of this shit right here matters, because Trump's going to get the nomination anyway, and all these people are just wasting their fucking time. But other camps seem to think that this Vivek Ramaswamy guy is basically the one that's going to have the best chance at all this. But I mean, who even knows, dude? Who even knows? Let's see. 538. Let's go to check out 538 really quick. Well. Who do you approve? How popular is Joe Biden? Oh, these are just their latest polls. Oh, they don't have like the actual polls for the Republican primary. Oh yeah, let's look. Wow. Trump 50%, Trump 63%, Trump 64%, 64%, 65%. Wow. Wow, looks like everybody's still pretty much pro Trump on all these little polls and shit that we got going out over here. And oh right, yeah, Trump wasn't even in the fucking debate. I forgot. Yeah, why would they even put him in the debate? Yeah, they're just trying to make him get more points. Plus 49, plus 50, plus 18 to DeSantis. Look at that. Oh yeah, plus 20 Trump, plus 38 Trump. Yeah, I don't really think that there's going to be too much of a problem. So yes, it's all political theater. They're putting this together, but like, what's going to stop Trump in the next couple of weeks that we're even going to be able to look at? I don't know. I mean, dude, this is probably the biggest thing, right? Ivanka Trump testifying.
Brothers, she is not a defendant in this case. She
not a defendant in the case.
Testify today,
didn't want to testify.
Ordered her to appear, citing documents showing that she still has ties to some of her family's businesses. NBC's Lindsay Reiser is outside that courthouse in Manhattan for us. Lindsay, what can you tell us about what's happening inside the courtroom right now?
Anna, Ivanka just began her testimony, and according to our producer Adam Reese, inside the courtroom, today's
Ivanka Trump's testimony in the New York civil fraud case trial. Yes, the one of 4 different things that they were trying to do in order to make it so that Trump can't even be a candidate of some kind. And right now, this still seems to be the number one way that Trump is not going to make it into the White House, because physically, where are they going to get the money? And then they're not even going to have any businesses in New York, and that's where all their businesses are, or for the most part. So it's like kind of fucked up. You know, ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Interesting. So I guess Ivanka Trump was very courteous and cordial, but I don't know. Would they ask her? They asked her about her role in negotiating loans for Trump's purchases of Doral and the old post office, and the Attorney General rested its case after talking to Ivanka Trump. And remember that it's a civil case, but not criminal. But it still threatens all of Trump's businesses. And think about it, is that they were trying to use lawfare in order to stop this guy from being on the stage to begin with, right? And it's still not working. It still seems that irregardless of Trump not polling, he's still way ahead of all of the other people that are even attempting to put themselves into this place. So I don't know, man. It feels like this entire thing seems to be pretty strange, if you ask me. And think about it. In another move, they were trying to take Trump off of the ballot for a primary for the in Minnesota. But efforts for that actually have been dismissed, which is kind of crazy that they even had to go that far in the first place. But then again, it's not really crazy when you look at who we've been looking at for quite some time, and it's the same group of individuals doing the same bullshit. So at least you could take it with a bit of grain of salt. Like, I don't really get what's happening with all of it, but it definitely seems like there's some fishnicky going on here. Yeah. Oh, hey, how's it going, Virginia? Also nice of you to drop by. Pleasure to have you here with us. I mean, honestly, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. The whole thing's crazy in the entire way. It's whatever, dude. It's whatever. Now, let's get into some other news. Some other things that I saw today that was kind of weird. Thousands of people are lining up to have a portion of their skull removed and one of Elon Musk's brain chips implanted. Yes, thousands of people are interested to become Neuralink patients. And the Elon Musk startup has finally received FDA approval earlier this year to start human trials, and now people are literally volunteering to get brain chips put into their brains so they don't have to type shit anymore. Yeah. Thousands. And it says right here, Vance, who is said to have visited the Neuralink facilities 10 times in 3 years, said the company had yet to implant this device into a human, but aimed to operate on 11 people next year in 2024 and more than 22,000 by the year 2030. Oh boy. Yeah. Think about that, baby. In the very near future, there are going to be cyborgs walking amongst us. Cyberpunk is now a reality, friends. We're going to have people interfacing different pieces of cyberware and wetware into their bodies in order to enhance themselves cybernetically with brain chips and wires and all kinds of other interesting things. Hey, man, did you lose your fucking arm? Ah, no worry, dude. We could get you this cool fucking jackhammer arm or some shit. But yeah, that's the reality of what's happening right now. So, keep your mind on the prize, my friends, because just because we get through another election doesn't mean shit. People are going to be getting brain chips, and people are going to be getting controlled through brain chips in the very near future within the next, 6 years. So just be ready for that shit. And then when people start getting hacked, don't look at me. I fucking told you. Anything that's a computer can be hacked. You put a computer in your brain, you're gonna get fucking hacked. It's gonna fucking happen. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay? And how's it going, sewer guy Rob? Nice to see you. Thank you very much. And you're right. It is the literal mark of the beast, and people are accepting it. Willingly, 22,000 human beings have willingly put themselves up and expressed interest in receiving the mark of the beast, Satan himself's mark. Could you believe that shit? I believe it. And that's basically what it's going to be looking like. They're going to implant some electrodes in your head, and you're going to have a little thing on your side of your behind your ear, and yeah, it's just gonna be totally cool. No big deal. Some fucking robot's just going to do 155 implantation surgeries into your fucking skull, and then you know what? You're gonna be one with the computer, and then you'll finally understand what it feels like to be Manuel. Yeah. Except for I didn't have to get no fucking brain chip to do that. I just do that automatically or whatever, because I ain't a little bitch, right? But yeah, that's reality. People are really, truly looking at getting a Neuralink brain chip implant. And think about it. It's like a Fitbit that you're putting in your skull. So it's like a really low power, shitty type of computer that interfaces with another computer in order for you to do things. So if you have a Neuralink, but you don't have your cell phone on you, your Neuralink is basically useless. There's not even any talk about that Neuralink being able to interface with a Windows computer so you can do shit. I mean, think about it. There's going to be people that are playing games with their brains entirely. They're not even going to be holding a controller. They're just going to be looking at the screen and doing shit. And it's just supposed to figure out all that stuff. And I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of early adopters that are going to be super into this thing, but I think this is the kind of technology that you got to wait a few years for. I jumped on the VR craze, but I'm definitely not jumping into the Neuralink craze too. Plus, I think it probably fuck with whatever I got going on in here already. So it is what it is. But I figured, yeah, figured I'd let you know. Woo! Oh, did you guys hear that? By the way, it's now legal to get an abortion in Ohio, and it's also legal to get weed in Ohio. Yeah, that's right. JD Vance. Ohio's abortion vote was a gut punch. That's right. In a lengthy post online, Vance, who campaigned against the efforts to ensure abortion access, attempted to parse out why the measure won with support from nearly 57% of voters. For pro-lifers, last night was a gut punch. No sugarcoating it, but I guess we got a bunch of godless sons of bitches and baby killers that want to have their way with the world. And you know what? Don't you worry when all the rest of us get spirited away during Left Behind or whatever. You know, what do they call that shit? The Ascension, the Return, the Apotheosis. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. All Dems agrees. Tuesday elections were a romp. Yeah, I don't think it was really a romp. Other news. Apparently, there was some sort of a gigantic explosion at a chemical facility in Shepherd, Texas. People said it was kind of a big deal.
The fire is out, but the impact far from over. We're glad you're with us this afternoon. I'm Adam Winkler.
And I'm Elisa Rivas. It is the big breaking
Elisa?
story of the day. Massive fire happening at a chemical plant in Shepherd in San Jacinto County.
Right now, we're showing you the side-by-side images of when the fire first broke out.
Yeah, it was a big fire. I'm sure everybody's probably claiming that it was some type of terrorism of some kind. Who knows? 7 officers placed on administrative assignment as investigation of leak into this Covenant shooters writing continues. Oh, by the way, you guys remember the Covington massacre that happened in the Covington Catholic School where that trans-identified person went and massacred a whole bunch of individuals, and then we never saw the actual, manifesto because they said it was too hot to handle or some shit like that. Well, it looks like 7 officers are under investigation now because I guess it was leaked out to the public where people can read all of it, and people were having a whole shade about it. And yes, the Metro Nashville Police Headquarters is very pissed off, but is at least confirmed 7 officers have been placed on administrative assignment or administrative leave as they are continuing in its active investigation into who leaked 3 pages from the Covenant shooters' writing. And they're also continuing to leak into that meat because that whole thing is not good for them whatsoever because, people aren't supposed to be leaking that sort of stuff. And it's all in connection to this.
Confirmed that the writings are real.
Jeremy, you also spoke with Steven Crowder himself about the criticism.
Through the day on Thursday. Better chance, though, Thursday night, tapering off on Friday morning.
Where the fuck is that coming from?
Chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley confirmed that the writings are real.
Jeremy, you also spoke with Steven Crowder himself about the criticism he's now facing.
That's right. Now, I spoke
Steven
with him
Crowder.
before this afternoon's news conference that you just heard Danielle talking about from the father of the Covenant students.
Why would they give it to Steven Crowder?
Already said that an investigation was
What the
necessary
fuck?
because of
Steven
how these
Crowder?
images could impact grieving families.
Out of everybody?
Crowder is no stranger to controversy. He's been accused of homophobia, misogyny, and racism. He has remained defiant.
Couldn't have picked a better person?
And steadfast in his belief that it has taken Metro Police too long to release the shooter's writings. He also admits he is biased, and he believes these writings back up beliefs held by many on the far right that she was targeting Christians. But again, it's only 3 pages. And I told Crowder that journalists have been pushing for the release of all of the writings, not just some of it, so we could report on the totality of her writing.
Yeah. Wouldn't you guys love to be able to talk about the totality of the writing of the leaked stuff that was actually put out there? I mean, I don't know, man. I still haven't seen the leaks myself. It seems like everybody that talks about it or gets them up there, puts them up there, seems to be getting some kind of trouble. But Yeah. Mm-hmm. They had a whole thing mentioning killing children and a timeline of their plan a day and what they were going to do. It was all like written out and stuff. So I guess that's the whole point, is they, didn't want to release it in the first place. But it's one of those narratives that you got to just think about, like, damn, that kind of like really sucks, dog. Yeah, what's up, Russell Dufresne? How you doing? Oh, and we got Tony Washisha, and this full name Meatball. I don't know who that dude is. Twitter staff almost called the cops during one of Elon Musk's tantrums, fearing that he'd hurt himself. They thought that he was going to self-harm. Huh. What? They literally tried to call the cops on Elon Musk because on this type of bullshit. I mean, it's fucking California, so, shit might actually fucking work for them, right? Yeah. The Elon before Twitter, the Elon after Twitter are two different Elons. Elon didn't just break Twitter. Twitter broke Elon. Interesting. The freakout seems to have begun, says Merch, and other incidents, including him getting booed at the Chappelle show last September and somebody confronting a car carrying a shotgun around the same time. Both have demonstrated how many people have grown to despise the serial entrepreneur who once inspired Iron Man, and the contrary to his devil-may-care attitude. Oh, wow. They're actually trying to use the police to try to get his ass arrested. Interesting. We got to get a wellness check on him. I'm sure that'll work out. His meltdowns are probably really super epic. Did you guys know that the most paid streamer on the planet, XQC, aka Felix Lengel, has revealed how much money he's wagered on gambling streams, and apparently he's wagered over $2 billion. That's right. He secured a deal with Kick for more than $100 billion for all this bullshit. And yeah, the amount of wager that he's wagered on his statistics page on stakes say that he's wagered $2,655,920 or $655,921,982, which is a fucking shitload. And that's an increase that goes up $1.1 billion since the last time he showed his stats on September 20th, which wasn't really that long ago. So that means that in this year, since he's gotten his whole little thing, he's basically blew billions of dollars. Yep, blew billions of dollars. Yep. XQC's updated stake page shows he's wagered $2.6 billion. 511 million wagered since the last time he showed his stats 20 days ago. Wow. Total number of bets, 887,000. Total number of wins, 87,000. Number of losses, 786,000. Holy fuck, dude. This guy is the worst fucking gambler I've ever seen. I'm not addicted. I can stop gambling whenever I want. Those are bad numbers, bro. That is some shit. No, that is like not even 10%, bro. Like, holy fuck. Bro. Oh my God. How do you $511 million fucking dollars? Like, I didn't even know what to say, bro. Yeah, he's got like a 9% win rate. If I just do the math in my head, that's about 9. It's a little over 9%. So that means 9% of his bets, not even 9% of his bets are winners. 0.09. Yeah, that's fucked up. And then look at the balance, $133.11. So it's funny, you know, like they gave him $100 million in contract and he's lost 10 times that shit. I'm sorry, Felix, but they're going to fucking take your lungs. They're taking your kidneys. They're taking your legs and shit. You're just going to be a fucking head and a torso, my dude. And you're just going to be gambling for the rest of your life. Like, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, dude. Right here. Assuming 97% RTP, he's down $15.3 million.
I just dropped a gamble. Down.
I'm down 15 mil. I guess the RTP don't lie when you're a long-term gambling addict. Dude, that's fucking crazy. He's hopelessly addicted. Like, that's fucked up, bro. How was he even able to wager $2.6 billion? Like, where did he get the money for that? What kind of load of credit? What kind of game are they giving him in order to do all that shit? Because that's a lot of fucking money, bro. That's a lot of money. And he just blew it. Blew it. Easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go. Oh, well. Maybe the Gambino crime family will be able to help him out. Oh, nope. 16 arrests by the New York feds and Italian authorities of the Gambino crime family include alleged members and associates. Just happened. Did you guys hear about this? The Gambinos are getting fucking owned right now. And why are they getting owned? It might be because that one dude made a YouTube channel and he started talking about all those motherfuckers pretty good. Ah, yes. That might be what we're actually trying to look into. I don't know. But I just thought that was an interesting one. Not as interesting as the SAG-AFTRA approving a deal to end the historic strike that has basically put a stop to all of the news media, all the television shows, and all the acting that went on because all the actors went on strike. Well, guess what? The 118-day strike officially ends at 12:01 a.m. on Thursday, which is just a few hours from now. And yeah, it's really great for them. A unanimous vote. And it goes to the National Board for approval on Friday. But they're basically saying is that they're going to get an increase of about 7%. Wow, man. Shutting down the entirety of the media apparatus and landscape because you wanted an extra 7%. Well, congratulations to all the actors and everybody out there that did it. I know a bunch of folks that were out there not getting any money, not getting any gigs, not getting paid for anything because they were all on strike. And now they can all go back to work. And now we can all go back to all that woke content and bullshit that we were all loving to watch over the last couple of months. Damn, son, it's going to be great. I can't even wait. What the fuck is this? CISA. Now we know Azure was online and operational last night in Kentucky. You have an ultimate oversight and responsibility in maintaining the network integrity surrounding our elections critical infrastructure. I'm sure you won't mind receiving a shit ton of FOIA PRR requests to see the Albert Censor's data from election day and the days leading up to it. You'll want to make sure that you go and preserve this shit immediately, and I dare you to say you don't have it. It's gonna get ugly. What did that say? Email address root@azure.state.ky.us. Huh. Well, this isn't weird at all there, Jonathan Phi JC. As I can talk about it now, I was just working a contract with the Nevada Department of Transportation, and what we were doing was helping them fix some issues with their Azure cloud stack, because if you guys didn't know, I could actually give you a little bit of information here that's going to give you some understanding. So everybody knows, or at least should know now, that there is a government organization called CISA. You guys ever heard of CISA? I mean, I've talked about it before, but yes, the office, it's a subsidiary of the Office of Biometric Identity Management, otherwise known as CISA. The national coordinator for the same infrastructure and cybersecurity. And it wasn't that long ago that CISA actually signed a contract with Microsoft, who runs the Azure platform, which, if you ever know, Azure, if you just like look up Azure like that, you'll come up with the Microsoft Azure cloud computing services, because, you know, they use them a lot. Well, ever since CISA and Microsoft got that contract together, every single state agency from the United States of America, Nevada, Kentucky, Arizona, all of them are now situated under a federated cloud or private cloud that is operated by Microsoft that goes by the name of Azure. So you'll be able to see some pretty interesting things probably coming up in the next couple of days. So I figured I'd take it upon it myself to kind of explain what you're actually looking at here, because you'll see that this person seems to be dropping MX records and IP addresses that are actually associated to ky.gov. And from my work at Nevada, I was under dot.ev.gov, but there was one of these things for every single state that could be accessed and operated. And what we're looking at right now are basically NX records and MS records and email addresses that are associated to people that work for the government of Kentucky. And we're also just looking at basic information. See, all of the email that goes through any of these state agencies is basically going through Microsoft Azure, because Azure is where Outlook Online 365 is being hosted. So every single email address that's going to be in there that has anything to do with the state.ky.us or a state.ky.gov is all going to have an Azure record or NS records, because Azure is handling all of the addressing for everybody that's actually going out there. And I know that there's a lot of fucking idiots that don't know anything about DevOps and have never taken a fucking class about this shit in their lives and don't understand how to read this stuff. So I figured I would actually bring it over here. But yes, did you read the last tweet? I think it indicates that Azure was online and operational. Well, yeah, motherfucker. Azure is always online and operational. It's a fucking thing that is always online, because like it's a cloud and there's like a bunch of people that are utilizing it, and it's been online for like fucking years, dog. Anyways, typically a common points in Virginia, which is to be expected. Virginia's a nightmare, utterly a Bessie, MITRE, CVs, blah, blah, blah. What is this right here? Like, he's just doing a fucking scan and posting links out here. Interesting. Oh, we got Virginia. And we got all the Akamai tech that they're utilizing to keep stuff on. Cool. So, what are the issues here? Oh, there's some CVs that could be hit on some domains here. It only says that there's 4 possible CVs over here, but it doesn't actually point out to which domains actually have the CVs, or if there's any actual active servers on it, because you're utilizing a fucking scanner. So what we're kind of looking at right now is just a location that shows, yeah, this is an MX record drop. These guys are just going to a spot, asking it to spit out a bunch of data and starting to say like, oh, look, this is bad. See, look, Akamai Technologies owns a lot of this stuff. Horizon Business owns a lot of this stuff. See, look, it's the CIA and the government taking over everything. And that's not what it actually says, which is just the fucking funniest fucking part about this whole entire thing. Sure, Albert sensors are designed to be a black box of the entire network, meaning that they can identify exactly who's dicking around in the network on election day. And exactly what they were doing there. Albert sensors are a Microsoft Azure platform, and since we irrefutably know Microsoft Azure was online and operational yesterday, we also know Albert sensors were online and operational yesterday. Therefore, we know that exactly who was in and out of the network on election day and what their purposes were. And the CISA, being an urgent sub-agency of the DHS, is tasked with ultimate responsibility for network oversight and integrity. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. I don't know. People were posting this stuff out. I'm just going to say, don't get wowed up with a bunch of guys trying to like say that they ran a fucking report and know what the fuck is going on here, because that's totally normal shit. Yeah, Azure is online all of the time. Same thing with the fucking rest of these other things. And let me tell you, if somebody had bad access or something like that, they would definitely know. There's actually a fucking portal that tells you exactly who and what. There's like a whole malware threat detection system embedded in with that. So like, I don't know, man. I just say, if you start seeing this stuff coming up here and you see like pre-canned reports like this and stuff, and these guys don't actually know how the fucking network works, I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Yeah. Better not worry about it too much. What's this? Walmart and Amazon refused to sell Dinesh D'Souza's Police State DVDs just 1 week after U.S. government agency blocked a bank transaction by the producers. No. Yeah, just go buy it from online, whatever. And then what's this? Breaking. Associated Press, CNN, New York Times, and Reuters had journalists embedded with Hamas terrorists on October 7th massacre. Oh. Photojournalists or infiltrators? What the fuck, bro? Wow. Are they real journalists? Are they infiltrating it and they were there when the shit was going down? What? That's probably going to take us at least a little bit more time. Whatever. That popular website that everybody went to go jerk off on, Omegle, has shut down. I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. That's really sad. A message from the founder says, the battle for Omegle has been lost since the war on the internet rages on. Virtually every online communication service has been subject to the same kind of attacks as Omegle. And while some of them are much larger companies with much greater resources, they all have their breaking point somewhere. I worry that unless the tide turns soon, the internet I fell in love with may cease to exist, and its place may have something closer to a souped-up version of TV, largely focused on passive consumption with much less opportunity for active participation and genuine human connection. If that sounds like a bad idea to you, please consider donating to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, an organization that fights for your rights online. From the bottom of my heart, I thank everyone who used Omegle for positive purposes and everyone who contributed to the site's success in any way. I'm sorry I couldn't keep fighting for you. Leaf K. Brooks, the founder. Yep. Sorry, guys. No longer able to talk to stranger online because all you fucking weirdos jacking off and shit like that on it fucked it up for everybody else. Congratulations, you pieces of shit. Oh, we already saw that. And we already saw that. And we already saw that. So I guess that's it. That's all the links I had. I'm so glad that I actually made it through an entire listing of all of the shit. So as you can see, everything still sucks. Things are only getting worse. And I mean, we might have a guy named Vivek running for president. Some crazy shit, bro. Can't make this shit up. You can't. You could try. But nobody gonna believe you. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Make sure to hit that like button, to subscribe, share this with your friends. I know not many people showed up, but you know what? It is what it is, my friends. We'll get back up to the numbers, or we won't. Either way, we'll be seeing you a lot more regularly. So much love to you. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you in the verse. Bye. See you later. Have a good night. Be well and shit. Do whatever you do.